when you speak about loyalty, there's a lot of different I call it subsections to loyalty, because the first sign to me now, Auntie, is who am I being loyal to, and why am I being loyal to that person? Did they earn my loyalty, or did I just decide I want to give it to them? You know what I mean? You gotta earn my loyalty. Why do we be loyal to people who don't even deserve it?
But that's a good question.
Cause
That really is a good, because, and before you said that, I was thinking it's not about who do you give it to or why you giving it to them. To me, loyal is just simple. It's about yourself. To me,
right,
your inner self.
right,
And I personally, I think that we give loyalty to people who might not deserve it.
yes,
It's because of who we are.
right.
It's about who you are as a person.
I agree. I totally agree. So when you
And
say,
I think that's why some people, when it comes to cheating, loyalty is one of the first things that pop into their mind. And for others, it don't matter. It's about your inner. What's most important to me as an individual, as a person. I think that's the key to a lot of things.
right,
What make us tick? What make us say yay or nay to the things that we do?
right, I agree.
It's a personal opinion.
Right, and with that, I say just based on personal experiences, I've never been a cheater. Every time I dated someone, I was loyal to that person. Now, the person on the other hand, some were disloyal, and they had reasons that they thought were valid as to why they cheated. And so it was a part of me. I could have accepted the excuse and stayed with that person, or I could have said, you know what, I deserve better. I wouldn't do it to them, so why should I allow them to do it to me? So I would leave the relationship. And then, I felt better. Of course, we cry and everything when we first go. But I felt so much better because it feels good to sleep knowing somebody's not cheating on you.
Girl, you said a mouthful then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels
It
great.
makes your whole world better.
Yes.
And what's worse is when you know somebody cheating and you are so deep in, you are so far into that situation, into that person, you waking up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just to go chase the truth. How much sense does that make?
None.
You know you're going to be hurt if you walk into the truth. More importantly, you already know the truth. Why do we have to go and see it with our own 2 eyes?
Right.
Does it really make us make a different decision? Mass majority of us, it don't. Because if I'm chasing the truth like that, you better believe it's over.
Right.
Once I see it with my own 2 eyes, it's over.
Right.
And you just can't. Well, for me, I will never be able to give that person 100%. Well, 99. I never give anybody 100%. You got to leave that 1%. Because none of us are perfect. So I always say 99%. I got to give them that 1% for messing up. We all need it.
Right.
But, I'll never be able to give them what I know I'm capable of giving because I'll never trust them.
Right. Without that trust, there's really no us. Over. Yeah, it's over because, what you was just saying about why do people always want to, put their eyes on it? Oh, I got to see this with my own eyes. It's because with me now, the reason why I like to see it with my own eyes and not just take the words of people, because, you have a lot of people who lie and try to break up your home. But what I get is pure joy when I can actually put my hand on the crime and say, I caught you in your act. Now, there's no reason why you need to continue to live where you live. I need you to get your stuff and go on about your business. That's what I go for. I go for that. That's like a closure of closing the chapter of a bad book.
So you know 100% that you ain't making no kind of mistakes when you get this person a boot.
Right.
I can see that.
That's right.
I can. You'll never wonder if they were cheating or not, even though we always know.
Right.
We always know.
We sure do. Our gut instinct tells us something ain't right. And 9 times out of 10, when it says something ain't right, you can take it to the bank, cash it in, and come out well off because, baby, intuition don't lead you wrong.
Here we go. And now you already know. If you want to his, he going to show you anyway.
Yes, he is.
If you ask him.
Oh, yeah. God will reveal everything. Oh, yeah.
But the sad part is sometimes we ask.
And don't be ready.
And we still stay in the midst of all that crazy.
I'm a living witness. Yes, I am. But
I don't get that. Why do we put ourselves through all of that stress and sadness and craziness? I just don't understand why we do that.
I don't either.
I really don't.
I think a lot of women, I'm speaking as a woman, a lot of women, most of us stay in situations because we're afraid to start over, or we have gotten comfortable with this person, or we get into a routine of things, and so we don't want to mess up that routine. So when a little bit of trouble come along, it's like, if my family don't know about it, then me and him can sweep this under the table as long as he don't do it again. Or, well, he cheated. I'm going to try not to let nobody find out, because if they find out, they're going to say I'm stupid for staying here. But the moment everybody find out, woo, now you want to play hero. Oh, I should have been left you. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, no. Because, see, you knew before everybody else knew. You've been dealing with this for 2 and 3 years. So now that everybody has found out, you don't want to look like a fool. So now you going to try to flip the tables and act like you were leaving all alone. No, you had done got comfortable, boo. You wasn't going nowhere.
But you know what? Going back to what you were saying about the routine, I can't agree with that part, because the second you know your routine is all jacked up, your routine is no more.
Well, yeah, you're right. When I say routine, I'm talking about, so let me see what I'm trying to say. It's what you call, instead of routine, the word I'm looking for is, you've come to be attached to that person. So I'm attached to you. I'm attached to, let's take these trips up and down the road. I'm attached to, I know on Fridays we're going to do the grill, or we're going to eat fish and grits. I'm attached to how you get in the bed and you wrap your arm around me till I fall asleep. Oh, I'm attached to you when I ain't feeling good. I know you're going to bring me something to eat in the room. I ain't got to get up out of bed. So these are the things that we get attached to. It's like the characteristics of that person. You know, they may not be the best person in the world, but they do have some great characteristics. So we settle for the characteristics, even though we know they are not the right person for us.
I don't.
Yeah, I forgot who I'm speaking to. You don't settle for nothing.
I don't.
You out.
And it's because I truly don't understand it. I really don't. And I guess it's because I don't understand how people cheat,
right,
or what causes them to cheat. It's probably why I have no tolerance for it. When I don't understand something, I immediately dismiss it.
So you say you don't understand how people cheat, right?
Right, I don't.
Okay, so I've never been a cheater, but I can tell you how people cheat. I'm going to tell you how people cheat. Okay, all my life I've been around guys, and my brothers, I got 3 brothers. I got other guy friends that I used to rap with. Okay, all of them had different reasons for why they cheated on their old lady. And the main reason the average man said they cheated, man, there's too much temptation out here. These girls be throwing their cell phone on us. And shoot, boy, I be trying hard. I be trying to fight it. But they get that alcohol in them. They smoking and they chilling with the boys. And that peer pressure. Oh, man, you lame. She wanted to give you something. You didn't even want it. Well, guess what? I got a woman at home. Oh, man, she ain't gonna know, man. Man, here, take this condom and going on, man. It won't even take long. That peer pressure and being around the wrong crowd will send your man in a cheating rant all night long just because he want to fit in. And if he was around the right type of men, they'll be like, hey, man, you need to go home to your old lady. You don't need to be out here doing all of this. So it goes to me back to the peer pressure, the alcohol, the drugs, and then you already can't stand your old lady at home anyway because she told you that you needed to take the trash out today and you didn't like her tone of voice. So I don't like her tone of voice, so I'm finna go hang with Steve them all night. And it's going to be some other girls over there. I'm going to see what I can get into. Really?
But it's exactly what you just said. That's not a reason. That's an excuse.
Yeah, a lame excuse.
Yeah, that still doesn't help me to understand, because everything you just said, I see that as an excuse, but at the same time, it doesn't fit in to tell me why or how people cheat, because women go out and do the same thing. They go out with their girls, they drink, they do whatever.
Yep.
But vast majority of the time, they don't cheat.
Because they coming back home to the man they love.
That's the key. That's what I mean by loyalty. Where is your loyalty? I just want to clearly understand, right before anything goes down between you and another person, what is your mind telling you?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to understand, because I know this guy was coming after me hard. I was already dating somebody. Every time he came at me, my answer was always, I'm with someone.
Right.
I'm with someone. No matter what my mind was telling me, or other parts of my body was telling me, my loyalty was to that person. Even after we didn't had a knockdown, drag-out fight. What you do after you have a knockdown, drag-out fight? You always call your best friend, whether it be male or female.
Yep.
And just so happened, mine is male. At that time, it was a male. And a male that wanted to hook up. But I couldn't do it because I was already talking to somebody.
Right.
And more than a few times I had the opportunity to cheat. But every time it came my way, my first thought was, I always said, I'm with someone. And it's because nothing inside of me could handle me hurting that person. No matter how mad I was, it really didn't matter. I could not cheat.
Wow. That deserves a round of applause.
It's crazy. That's why I say I really don't understand every excuse a man gives or every reason that he gives. I guess because I don't look at it from a male-female perspective. I look at it as a human being. What is going on in your head at that moment?
Right.
When you know you either have a ring on your finger,
right,
or a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever your situation is, what is going on in your head? Do you just forget any type of loyalty to this person?
No, you don't forget. So what?
You forget what's important to you? I mean, if nothing else stops you, I would think how it's going to make you feel after this 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Something on the lab but 5.
Right.
I mean, why don't you take account of that? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
But you know, Auntie, what I've learned, a lot of men were not raised by their father. A lot of women were not raised by their mothers. A lot of us as adolescents growing up, teenagers growing up to be adults, we had to learn from the streets. And you know, when you learn from the streets, if your grandmother, because my grandmother raised me, if my grandmother hadn't taught me morals and self-respect and, you know, how to love myself, I would be like a lot of girls that I used to see. They be from car to car until that street light come on. Then they got to go home. But a lot of those girls, they were looking for love because they wasn't getting it at home. The dad was absent from the home, or either the mother was absent, or both parents were absent. So they had to live with the grandparents. So I had to live with my grandparents. And so with that, you know, I had a choice. I could have went out there looking for love, but my grandmother gave me so much love, I didn't need it from the streets. You know, I watched other friends of mine. They had 2 parents in the home, and they still was like fast in the behind, you know, just trying to date every man that they come in contact with. And I made a vow that I want to go to the military. And first I wanted to play basketball, and then I wanted to go to the military. So I couldn't do the basketball because I had Tay. So I ended up going to the military. But I feel that the average person who cheats, they either don't have self-respect, no morals, or they just nasty behind people. Like, they don't care who they hurt. They have no remorse for your feelings. That's just how I feel. Like, if I'm dating you, and then I know you home busting your tail, you doing everything you can to please me, and the most I can do for you is go out and cheat and bring you back a disease or something. What do that say about me?
Exactly.
So, it's something to think about, I tell you.
I'm going to tell you what I think.
What you think?
They ain't got no self-respect for themselves yet. They don't know who they are. They don't know. They don't know what's most important to them.
Right.
That's what I think. People who do that, I don't think they figured out or taken time to set their own morals and values,
right,
and live by them. I think they just out there doing whatever.
Sad.
That's what I think.
Yeah, because you got to have self-love. If you don't love yourself, then how can you love somebody else? And then, like, say, for instance, I get with somebody, And I get with them for the wrong reason. I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for convenience. I'm looking for a place to lay my head. I'm looking for transportation back and forth to my job. I don't have it, so I need to get out here and look for it. So I'm going to see who I can find the weakest link is. And that's who I'm going to attack. And I'm coming in with that smooth, ooh, baby, ain't you so sexy today. And the average little young girl, woman that's out here that done been hurt, the nose get wide open. Hey, you talking to me? You know, and then next thing you know, yeah, I'm talking to you, baby. Hey, let me get your number. And then there she goes. She's vulnerable. She tired of being at home by herself. And all he got to say is, I got a job. Well, where your car at? Well, I ain't got no car. Well, don't worry. I'll help you get back and forth to work. You gonna help pay the bills? Oh, girl, you know I'm gonna help you pay them bills. Don't worry about that. And then there she go. I got me a man. He gonna help pay bills. But then every time you look, he late picking you up from work.
Because he doing this, that, and the other.
That part. In your vehicle. And then come to find out the job he got is part-time at Crystal's. Okay, so
Yeah.
how you gonna pay bills?
Yeah, that's the problem.
You feel me?
I think.
So when you come to the table, you got to make sure you can bring. This is what I tell all men, and I'm not harping on men because this is a two-way street. What I tell all men is when you come to a table that belongs to a strong, independent woman, you better be bringing something with you other than looks.
Yeah.
Because you won't last. Looks is not going to get it in 2021.
Girl. I'm still just trying to figure out that thing.
Why they cheat?
Yeah. Because, you know what? I think everybody have their days when they don't feel loved. I have mine. Could be 3 or 4 days out the week. What makes me turn and run in the other direction and get my junk together before I go out there and mess up somebody else?
Right.
And what makes somebody else, like you said, the young girls or whoever it is, they run to someone looking for it. What is it in me that makes me go in another direction, and what is it in them that makes them run toward trouble? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So, with that, Auntie, you run in the wrong direction. You run in the right direction because you're more mature now. That you don't have the same expectations.
I've been like that since I was young.
Right. So you knew what you wanted straight out the gate. You knew that you wasn't taking no mess off no man. He was going to respect you the way you respect him. He going to treat you like you want to be treated. And you are strong enough to stick to them guns. But you got to remember, it's a lot of timid women out here who aren't as tough as you. They haven't been taught to run in the wrong other direction when the wrong person is approaching them. They hang around the wrong people, and so by hanging around the wrong people, that leads them. I think that you are a product of your environment. If you constantly hanging around people who don't have anything going, they living in the housing projects, they don't have no get up and go about themselves. The best thing they want to do in life is pop a beer and smoke a blunt. You hanging around the wrong folk. Cause you think about our niece. That's not the lifestyle she chose. She chose a pretty good lifestyle. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to make something out of herself. And she's not going to settle for anything. It's all about your upbringing.
But I know people who are brought in very good homes. Very good homes. And they just out there.
But you know, the Bible say train up a child in the way that they should go. And eventually they will come back. They'll go astray, but they will come back. So it ain't that they weren't raised right. It's just that this world is full of troubles and full of temptation.
And you know what? Sometimes I want to get out there right in the middle of that temptation.
Do.
But the question is, what makes me that different? What makes me make that different decision?
Right. It got to be your willpower or the Holy Ghost keeping you.
I guess it's all the above. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I just know so many people because a friend of mine, she told me, she said she was feeling really, really low, real low. And she picked up the phone and called, one of her little friends. And it just went now. But of course, she got really upset because he wouldn't come over. Whole other topic. But I was just surprised that she did that.
Wow.
Because my thought was, you call and you talk, but that's as far as it went.
Okay.
So, what made you extend an invite? Instead of telling yourself, right now is really not the right time.
Right.
I'm vulnerable. I know I'm looking for the wrong thing. I know it's temporary. I don't. I guess something I learned a long time ago, and that's why I'm up and down the road so much. When I find myself in the midst of temptation, I get in my car and I drive.
I remember you telling me that too. I do. That's your way of escape.
Yeah, it really is.
But everybody's not a cheater, and everybody hasn't been cheated on. So now, me personally, I feel, I have been cheated on. I can't say I've been cheated on multiple times, but I have been cheated on. But I am not a cheater. I'm the type of person, this is what I'll do. If I feel like this relationship is not going to work, I mentally start leaving the relationship, and then eventually I physically leave. But when I leave, it's going to be on good terms. It's not going to be where you hate me, I hate you. But if you hate me, then that's on you. But me personally, I'd be like, no hard feelings. It just didn't work. Get whatever you want to take with you, blah, 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 blah. But some people, this is what I don't like about some women. Once you decide that y'all both are better off apart, why try to drag a person's name? Why try to do things that's going to ruin their reputation? Why get on social media and say all these kind of crazy things about the person? Why not just let the people go on about their lives, live in peace, wish them well, and then go refocus on your life and what you want to do? Why bash somebody just because it didn't work? Hey, do like I do. Cry it out and move on.
You know what? I think that happens because most of the time relationships break up the wrong way.
Yep, they do.
Yeah, that's what I think, and that's why I go to the left. Drama.
Yep.
But if you think about it, how often do you see men acting a fool like that?
Like the women.
Huh?
You say like the women?
So I said, how often do you, like the women, how often do you see men act a fool like that? You don't.
No, most men. Now you got quite a few crazy ones out there, but most men, when you say it's over, they just gonna make plans to go stay somewhere else, and they gonna leave you with your craziness, and they hope that you don't come stalking them and try to cause problems at the new place where they gonna be at. That's the
You know
average
why?
man.
You know why?
Why?
They already had another place from the beginning.
From
That's
the
why it's
beginning.
so easy for them
Yep.
to walk away. Most men, they date more than one person. They
Oh
ain't got
yeah.
that party.
Oh yeah. You better believe that.
I really do believe that's why they can walk away so easily.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you this here. If I find out that my husband ever dating a second person, he ain't gotta walk away easy. I'm gonna make it easy for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it easy for him. But at this point in my life, though, even if he did have somebody else, I honestly don't even care at this point. I'm trying to focus on my career. I'm trying to focus on my businesses and my son businesses and, just the different things that we trying to accomplish, trying to get my husband into a business that he can do without his back being, hurt. So, yeah, it's a lot of things planned for 2021. That's why when I clock out of one job, I clock into another because I'm trying to stay focused and get these deadlines knocked out because those orders on that store, I'm telling you, is non-stop. I just cannot keep up. Eventually,
Wow.
it's going to get so bad till I'm going to literally have to get off of that job.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
good.
yeah, it is good. I say the last order that I got, it went out December 30th. First order I got this year was yesterday. I say, a lot of people say, oh, they just ordering that for Christmas. Well, Christmas is over and they still booming.
Mm. That's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. But
Can't be mad at that, my friend.
right. Now, Auntie, since we on the topic of the cheating thing, my question for my actual podcast was recognizing when you are falling apart in your relationship. The things that you notice, some things are very small, some things are medium, some things are amplified into big pictures where you say, oh, when it gets to that big picture, you like, oh yeah, I know it's over. It's a done deal. So, like, in my mind, falling out of a relationship is things like you no longer want to watch movies together. You both on your phones all the time. Always constant bickering over things that you used to enjoy about your partner. Things like quick tempers with each other. You get on your side of the bed, I'm on my side of the bed. It's like that. Those are warning signs that there's trouble in your home. But if nobody is man or woman enough to sit down and address those issues, then your relationship is doomed because they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broken, you don't fix it, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So what is your take on ways to repair a marriage or a relationship or friendship, co-workers, church member that you done had little dealings with. I mean, what would be a feasible way to rectify that problem? I'm not even gonna call it a problem. I'm say issue.
You know what, Philip, for real, starting about midway last year, maybe a little bit later in the year, I really and truly started focusing on what happened yesterday was yesterday.
Right.
And I know we say it, but it's harder to do than you really think if you really and truly try to put that into perspective. Mm-hmm. Because when I first started really not just saying it and doing it, I had to catch myself 2 or 3 times a day from having vindictive thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or doing stuff that I know, why you doing that? Only because you mad. That happened yesterday. Let it go.
Right.
And I think that's the key to a lot of things, even in marriages now. If you that kind of person who you got to talk it out, then just make sure you with somebody who believe in talking it out.
Right.
I think a lot of things go wrong because we do not find that right match. We don't find that right mate.
Right. That's true.
And you know what? At one point I was told, you just shut down when you get angry, upset about something. But I already knew what the person was talking about. But it's not shutting down.
Right.
It's when I see that you don't know how to sit down and talk about things as an adult.
Right.
And rectify what's going on. I'm not going to sit through a childish argument.
Right.
And I think that's why a lot of marriages go wrong. You feel bad because of whatever's happened. But for whatever reason, nobody wants to talk it out.
Nobody.
What is that? I don't get that. Why don't you want to talk it out and talk it out without pointing fingers? Just talk it out.
Right.
Because what has happened has happened. Right. You can't change that, but you can change the direction of how the rest of that day or that week gonna go.
That's right.
People want to do the crime, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that homework afterwards. That's the thing. We do not want to do what we need to resolve our issues. We want to do the crime.
Mm-hmm. But don't got the time to fix the issue.
Thank you. Then you become a punk.
Yep. Lame duck. But these conversations, I promise you, we will have more and more and more in the future on this podcast. I do look forward to a more professional interview with you, Auntie. We are going to do a lot of green table talk.
All right.
And because the conversations are very, very much needed. And I'm sure they're going to help many, many couples and even people that's in friendships with people they grew up with, where you got people, and Auntie, you definitely can speak on this, where you got more takers than givers. That's going to be a topic that we're going to talk about on this channel also. How do you feel? How do it leave you feeling when you've given all that you can to somebody who won't give you a dime or a penny to save your life? Them the kind of conversations we're going to have. And I look forward to it. I'm so excited about this podcast. And I want to thank my auntie for doing the podcast. I'm not gonna call her name, but she can say her name if she chooses to, because this is what I told y'all on this channel. You may get random conversations that are very meaningful just out of the spur of the moment. And I'm gonna upload and share everything that we do, okay? Auntie, would you like to say something on the way out?
I'm just proud of you, girl. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
conversation.
Yes, very good. And we're going to have many more conversations like this ahead. Thank you. And this is the end of Giving You the Business. Please tune in on Thursday night for the official podcast night. The topic will continue to be growing apart in your relationship. This is just the beginning, and we're going to finish it off. So, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and until next time, God loves you, and so do I.